You lip sync, we drip. Oh yeah. Big run. This is happening on all 6 stages that it was previously on. Prisoner got a special reward for helping out. Oh yeah, they always do. That's not new. Yes, that's what we're here for. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. I got excited. Lemuria hub. Alright, yep. Just let me get in. So kind of getting somebody class photo. Having a good time. Slamming Salmon Junction. Yeah. I've already got that gear. It's just a cooler jacket. I played no X-Rank Clamblitz. Wow. So as you can see, I'm back as the Octoling. I'm no longer playing as Agent 4. I'm glad about it, to be honest. Playing as an Agent 4 was boring. But we're back. We've got Officer Runny again. Yes! In the new outfit. And I'm going to go and pick up a weapon that I can use in our map review. Because that's what we're doing first, as always. And... shut up. Alright. The weapon I'm going to pick up to do the reviews is Charcoal Decavitator. I think it's probably obvious that I was going to pick that. I am in love with this weapon already. It is so cool. I'm so excited for this. It's like Jutsu Splatoon, as I've been calling it. Because that's what it does. It unsheathes. You do a massive lunge forward and you unsheath to do your attack. It's really fun. So, map review. Not only is there a brand new stage that they added, they also reworked 13 stages. So I have to cover those. I will only be doing notable changes on the other 13 stages. I'll be doing a more in-depth thing on this one, which will be cut shorter than usual maps, just because the other maps are going to run the time over by a lot. I am only going to be talking about the stuff that I really notice about these other reworks, though. For now, though, let's just look at Lemuria Hub. So for the first and only time in Splatoon 3, we have a vertically symmetrical stage. This is medium weight. This is medium weight. This is not... I was expecting it to be heavy. Huh. Anyway, yes, so... Oh, it's so cool. Oh my god. Anyway, sorry. Feels like this game's answer to Ink Rails, to be completely honest. I'm not sure entirely what this is. But yeah, as I was saying, this is a vertically symmetrical stage, so... Is it? No, it's horizontally symmetrical. It feels quite fun. It feels quite fun. This feels like a good stage for, like, I guess, charged weapons that stay still. The perching weapons, I guess. The weapons that like to stay in one spot a lot. Because now, they can do that while still moving. You can also sit on top of this, which is fun. Yeah, now they can do that while moving. Feels like it's got shorter range than Stamper. But I'm also aware of what the damage figures are. But the point is, the stage. We're not going to cover. The actual shape of this, let's talk about that a bit. The actual shape of this, like, this side is almost a bit like, Skipper Pavilion. But a bit more like mid-heavy. The Skipper Pavilion had a lot going on. Like, they had these, like, raising areas and these stuff that stayed upwards. Just like this map does, except they were more developed to the side this way. This one feels a bit smaller than Skipper Pavilion. Than my memory of Skipper Pavilion. Skipper Pavilion also had a little area down this way. But in terms of, you know, which horizontally symmetrical stage is this most similar to, it is most definitely Skipper Pavilion. It feels like they kind of wanted to go around the ideas of Skipper Pavilion without actually adding it into the game, which is fair enough. Skipper Pavilion was great. And I think this will play a kind of a bit like Skip Pavilion. Of course, the middle, this bit here, which I would classify as mid, even though there is, you know, the entire stage is mid, basically. This bit here, specifically, with the bridge going over it, I would consider mid. This is a bit more like the middle of Reef. That's what this is reminding me a bit more of than the other stages. But this feels like it's going to be quite fun to play on. Because it pulls from similar design choices to two of my favourite stages in Splatoon 2. So, it's really nice to see these gimmicks in without them actually adding it in. I do like these under the bridge gimmicks. It just kind of sucks on Eeltail, which is unfortunate. But on Robo Ramen on this map, I can see it being very fun. So, that's exciting. Time to look at the other two major reworks. Supposed major reworks. What is that with Hammerhead Bridge? Because it's on the first page. Now, I've already seen this map. And, gotta say, kind of disappointing. It allows for a bit more movement in spawn, which is nice. I like this. I like this more movement in spawn. And on Turf War specifically, only on Turf War, and I think maybe Splatzones as well, this area you can now retreat from. This is not possible on Tower Control, Clan Blitz, or Rainmaker, unfortunately. I would have loved if it was, like this sponge should have been here on all modes. I just think that if they had expanded the concept of mid to include this area up here, and of course the inverse over there, I think if they had considered this huge amount as mid, it would have been perfectly fine, because it would still follow the design philosophy of this game, where there's only one way into the center, and that would be this way. And there's only the one way out of the center into here, and if all of this area was considered mid, and this was a way back in, and this was a way back in, it would expand mid massively, and it would make it feel like mid is a lot more free in terms of how you move. But because they didn't do this on all modes, because this sponge isn't here on 3 out of 5 modes, I can't really say I do consider it that way. And also the sponge isn't available, like this isn't available to the enemy team. More along the lines of what I would have wanted, just make this paintable. That would have been so cool. I would have loved that a lot more. Or this, uncover this and make it paintable. Just, I mean, all of this looks like it's supposed to be paintable. I will never not think that. It's so stupid that they're not paintable. But this could have been nice as paintable as well, or even just having a ramp leading up there. It's really unfortunate that, you know, they don't expand the concept of mid to also include this little set of stuff up here, because it would have been so cool to have all of this be considered mid, and then just have, you know, still following their design philosophy, have this be their one way in. But, you know, what was a really promising update according to the blueprints that they showed us, yeah, this is a bit disappointing, to be completely honest. It will feel a lot nicer to move on, which is great, but I don't think it's enough for me to really consider it the great stage I was hoping it'd be. I would say that this has gone from the worst stage in the game to, like, mid. It's very mid. It is among the bottom half of mid in terms of the table. I've given a very negative review, only to then say it's like, it's middle of the road average rating, but what are you gonna do? The other major rework was on Barnacle and Dime. Alright, Barnacle and Dime's most notable difference is over here, down here. Sadly, this is a one-way drop, but they have expanded the size of the map to also include this area, which will allow for nicer movement. I did actually play this a little bit earlier, although, to be completely honest, I think I need to see more of it before I can make a decision. They added this pull here. They, over here, finally made it possible to do this. And they also got rid of this glass bridge, which was really troublesome before. They also did some stuff over here, which is a nice difference, which wasn't actually on the blueprints, I don't think. Which is kinda odd. But, yeah, in terms of, you know, this was always pretty troublesome, and I don't think it's really improved. This feels a bit higher, but I don't think it is. And of course, they also adjusted the blocks in the middle. That is it, though. Oh, they also, I forgot to mention, this here, I feel like this was extended out a bit more before. But with this here, they kind of removed that. So that's really unfortunate. Because it would have been nice to have easy access to this from here. It would have been a bit Barnacle and Dime-esque of a drop, except you have a bit more cover. It would have been a bit more Brine Water-esque of a drop, I mean. Except you have a bit more cover with this stick here. That would have been nice, but yeah, really, really unfortunate. But yeah, I would say that Barnacle and Dime has gone from, just based off that first impression, I would say that Barnacle and Dime has gone from, again, one of the lowest maps in the game for me, probably to about mid. Except it's more of a positive thing this time, because, you know, I don't think I had such high hopes for it, knowing that they weren't really going to connect things that I wanted them to. Hammerhead was such a disappointment to me, because it looked like it was going to fix something that I wanted fixed, and it didn't. Barnacle and Dime, I knew it wasn't going to fix what I wanted fixed. The freedom of movement is a lot nicer, because I didn't have any expectations for it. Next I want to cover Museum. Specifically on Rainmaker. The major difference is the fans. On pretty much every mode of Museum now, the fans are completely different. This one usually has three spokes coming out of it. Now it's got two, and this is tiny. They removed a lot of the cover here, which is good, because I felt that this sort of stuff was kind of blocking up a lot of stuff. They also adjusted these in a lot of modes. In this mode specifically, they added ramps up there. In other modes, they added blocks to two of them. I think in some other mode, there may have been some other difference. Did I just see that right? I feel like I was quite far away to get the max thing there. Anyway, the other big difference. Look at that. They added another way back in. Besides this. And this. There's a third way in. There's a third way in. That's so cool. I'm so happy with that. Genuinely one of the things I'm most happy about. Wait. No way. Are you kidding? Wait, hang on. No, there's no way. Oh, it's so close. It is so close. Oh, it's so close. Oh, come on. Oh, that's unfortunate. But yeah, what this stuff allows for is a direct dunk onto the check. It's situational, but still nice, you know. But, okay, I missed it, but you can see it happening, I'm sure. Oh my god. I suck at this game. Unspecified bat confirmed. Another very noticeable change was on Umami Ruins, which honestly was more of a rework than Hammerhead. So I don't know why this wasn't considered a major rework alongside the other two, but first of all, this has been completely adjusted. This was not like this before. The entirety of Spawn is completely different almost, you know, this ramp is the same. But look, you can go further out here. This is bigger. This is bigger. You can actually get up here now, which you couldn't before. This pushes out further. There's a lot more difference over here. There's a lot more freedom of movement. They kept the weird grating stuff, but they added more place to move here. Gratings. They added a vertical grating for the first time in the game. That didn't exist yet. They added a railing over here. They added some gratings over here, which allows an easier drop in. They made this wall inkable. And all of that is more of a difference than Hammerhead got. I don't think this ramp was here either. I think it was here on a few modes, but I don't think it was here on Turf War. They also added an inkable wall to get you up here. And this block, I don't think was fully inkable before either. It might have been, actually. I might be lying there. But yeah, hugely different stage, while keeping the vibe. Oh, and they also added preventions for like rolls and charge slashes, which is sad. I kind of liked the goofiness of it. It will make the stage slightly less fun, just for that reason alone. This stage, though, has gone from middle-ish for me all the way up to like one of my favourites now, I think, which is really funny. It was at the top of mid before for me anyway. I like this stage. I've always liked the stage, but now it's like I'm on the verge of loving this stage now. So that's really nice. This feels a bit higher too, as well, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. I may just be looking at it on a bigger screen, though. Okay, next stage I want to look at is Flounder Heights. Oh, I was going to look at Rainmaker specifically on this one, too. The reason I chose Rainmaker specifically is because this whole side area is a lot more spacious now. And I noticed this while I was playing earlier on Rainmaker. But I mostly noticed it when I watched somebody else play it on Rainmaker. How did I get a vertical? How did I get a diagonal? Is it because I was falling? But this area is a lot more spacious now. There's a lot more room to move here in Rainmaker. I don't know if it's on Clamblitz as well, but it's probably on Clamblitz. The other difference is that this is taller now. These were taller in Splatoon 1, and they kind of brought that back a bit. It's a nice... It's also kind of curvy. I don't know if it was curvy like that before. But yeah, they made this a bit higher. They made the heights a bit higher. Although it is still squished. It's not as tall as it used to be. This if you go back to Splatoon 1 with Pretendo, you can see how tall this stage was. It was ginormous. Like, it truly was heights. In this game, it's less so, unfortunately. But they added some of that height back just a little bit, though. Not really massively. Which is fine. As for other changes, Eeltail Alley we'll look at. There are some stages I'm just not going to look at for the sake of time, because I don't really notice a difference on them. I will say what they are when I'm done, though. And then if I forget to mention one, then that just shows how forgettable it was. Not much difference here. I really wish this was... I really wish they had gone from the glass bridge here to a regular bridge. Like they did on Barnacle and Dime, but unfortunately they've not done that. On Turf War specifically, this block was added back. This block was here in the original, but they removed it. They also added some gratings here. And it allows you to jump back on the bridge. This was not possible after the first update to the stage, and it is now possible again, so they just brought it back. Which is fine. I like that. They did that. But, notably, why is it not back? Why is it not back? The next stage I want to look at is Prime Water Springs, because this is funny, honestly. Okay. So I think this part of Spawn used to be completely flat, but they raised this a little bit. So that doesn't really mean anything, but that's nice. They also made this a bit more protected, I think. It's a bigger area. That's what it is. It's a bigger area. It feels a lot more comfortable dropping down here. Like, before you used to drop down here and be like, oh no, somebody's going to see me. Now they're still going to see you, but you feel a bit better about it now that there's more room to move up here. So that's pretty fun. This is inkable now. So that's nice. This is the most notable stage as well for scenic changes. They've done this on every map. that they updated, but they made some scenic changes to them. So these just used to be like grey blocks, I think, or they may have been black blocks. They may have been these, but this is the most noticeable bit. They turned this into a crate now. They made this a crate now rather than that flat grey block that it used to be, which is nice. It feels a lot less like dev tools. This was added, of course. The other thing is that this was expanded outwards, as you can see. And as you can also see, look at this. They added an inkable wall, which is useless. But the other big difference, well, it's not a big difference, it's a small difference that makes up quite bigly, is this. I don't think that was there before, but it is here now. So it's nice. It's just a nice little extra bit. And the last one that I'm going to show is on Bluefin Depot. Clan Blitz, not... Okay. I believe for the changes on Bluefin Depot, there is actually two. Everyone's eyes are, of course, as they should be. Everybody's eyes are on this rail. This is an attacking rail specifically, which will allow for easier scoring. I would have liked this rail to also appear on other modes though. Yeah, you can see that it makes it easier to get up here. The biggest issue with Bluefin Depot Clan Blitz before was just simply that it was really difficult to score on. And this allows for easier access to scoring. That is literally all it exists for. Oh, they also added this, I'm noticing now. I don't think that was there before, but it is now. The other change that I was talking about, though, is this. I don't think these were here before. I think this was just an inkable block before, which was a grey block, so this is another scenic change. But I think this was just the inkable block, and it wasn't this here. There wasn't a step leading up to it. This is also here. I think this doesn't really look familiar. It's familiar to Rainmaker. I don't know if it was here on Clan Blitz before either, but it's there now as well. The stages I didn't cover because I don't really notice the difference or care for them. Hagglefish Market, Scorch Gorge, Marlin Airport, Crab Lake Capital, and Manta Maria. Didn't really notice the differences on those. But that's it for now. In the next episode, I will cover the Decavitators. Yeah, we're going to play them in an actual